all jokes aside,
Yeah.
I say that to say the jig is up at this point.
As far as
walking through the projects and seeing all the fly shit,
there's still women whose heads are turned by things like that.
It's your car. I mean, think about when a rapper makes it, right? You get that first advance. What do people go buy for?
Car, chain, clothes.
And these are all visible. You didn't say 401k,
investment portfolio.
That shit is boring. It's not sexy.
Dental work,
I mean, now everyone's getting veneers. That's part of the
You're right.
Terrible veneers.
You're right. The worst veneers.
Be out there like this, big ass chitlets.
Yeah, those don't
like,
look
what
good.
the fuck?
Yeah,
Shiny.
but think about it, right? Those are the first things men go and buy.
Because they know.
And that attracts women. Like, if women didn't
so
care...
that attracts you?
No.
What you attracted to?
Wait a minute.
Whoa.
How long is the show? That's a long conversation.
So
SOWMYA is I'm talking about you like you're not here.
I love it.
Number one,
my ears are burning.
Number one, SOWMYA has been around dudes with money for her whole career.
Well, there's that.
She's also seen what's behind it as a journalist.
Pause.
No, I'm not pausing.
That's not.
She knows exactly what these people are actually like who have a lot of money. She's seen narcissism at the highest level. She's seen obnoxiousness, arrogance at the highest level. She knows
sad, depressed people at the highest level.
Addicted to whatever, horrible human beings with their own children, their own families, their own kids. So I say all that to say, if you're asking if she's going to be attracted by money when she's been around the money and seen what it covers up, that's enough to turn you off from people who outwardly.
And also, I grew up as someone who wasn't wanting. Right? That's different. When as a kid, I didn't want for anything. So to me, what matters is like people's character. Are you somebody who's a kind person, like a good person, integrity? Like those things matter to me more than ambition. Those are attributes that matter to me. But again, everyone is different, and I'm not going to lie and say that. You know, of course you want someone who's successful and matches your success. Like as a woman, I think that's important. But like that kind of exterior shit, like I get it. It's cool. I wrote a whole book about fucking hip hop and fashion. But to MECC's point, oftentimes that's hiding deeper shit. And what is it like? The prettiest people do the ugliest things, right? It's like that where not always, but sometimes that, okay, you got all of that shit, but you can't even have a conversation with me. That's happened, right? I mean, you know, when you interview an artist, you're so excited. They got the persona and they're flamboyant and braggadocious. Right. You talk to them and it's like a fucking brick wall.
So are you single?
I am. Is this also a dating show too?
No, I was just curious.
This is like my dating
I was just curious.
I will say
how
though,
that works.
This is my type though, if we're going to go there for a moment. I need someone who was at the tunnel in '98. It's so specific, but if you think about it, it makes sense. You know what I mean, right? Math is like doing the math. Like, what is it?
I'm not doing the math. I'm realizing you like thugs. Like
non-thugs were at the tunnel too, or reform thugs, right?
Bro, when you hear tunnel in '98, what you think?
Movie.
See, I was too young, so I remember it through the lens of like artists. So in my mind, it was this very special time in New York, you know?
Thugs.
That's not the association.
Bruh, Brooklyn ran the tunnel. We were robbing everybody. Thugs. What are y'all talking about? How y'all trying to change the history of the tunnel?
It's not the history, it's the perception. It's like, what's the big disco that everybody
Studio
54.
Drug addicts.
Right.
Yes, but it was also culture and art and
fashion
music and
Basquiat and this person
and a lot of
Warhol.
drug addicts.
That went with it. But two things can be true at the same
100%.
time. A lot of people, like, okay, Woodstock was all fucking in drugs, but it was also a cultural. Hendrix, Janis Joplin.
Yeah.
It was the height of the Black Panther part. Like there's
Free Vietnam.
You put all this time, you put all these things around it.
Okay,
the tunnel in '98
was a cultural moment.
So let's not leave it up to my interpretation.
Yeah.
What do you mean by in the tunnel in '98?
Well, no, I mean I'm being a bit like glib, right? It's the idea of someone who was in New York at that important time in hip hop, and for me growing up, like obsessed with New York rap, it meant something. And also 98 is safe because it means you're probably a little bit older. You know what I mean? So I like prefer to date people who are
older than you. Like
50 and older would be great.
Like dads.
Grandfathers. Great.
Great's a little.
Well, the way they having kids these days.
There's that too. Yeah.
Well, I find a lot of younger women are attracted to older men now.
That's always been.
But that also goes back. But wait, let's go back to my original theory.
No, I think
the
it's more
idea
now.
of finding someone who can take care of
resources.
I don't think that's it.
100%.
Want somebody like their
that's
father.
it. Nah, I think
That's
all these young
Freud.
niggas are dancing with each other and not dancing with women no more.
I mean,
so when I walk up in the spot, I'm like, hey, what's up? What's going on?
Two things.
Great.
Two things.
I hope you guys got his dance.
Yes.
You weren't doing that at the time.
She was watching my moves.
Shit.
She was watching my moves.
Can you imagine at the tunnel?
Like, I hope he
why is
said
Math
dance.
moving his?
I'm from the West Indies.
Mad I had to sit across from
I'm from the West Indies.
Yeah,
I got the
wine.
She said, did you get that on camera?
I got the
wine.
He wasn't dancing like that.
No, she caught it immediately.
I mean, you were thrusting in
Look at his gyration. She's
all
like,
of a
look at
sudden,
his
I'm
gyration.
subtle.
He's gyrating.
She is hilarious.
Wow.
Math. No one wanted to see that.
Poor Matt. He's going to go to therapy. The show pays for therapy, right?
I should never sit in this chair. I should never sit in this chair. This is fucking awful
You will
chair.
never get that out of your mind.
That's
hip-hop in 2024. That is the epitome of rap.
I'm going to a strip club tonight.
Try to cleanse your eyes. It's not going to work. It's not going to work.
That was the worst. But yes,
you guys don't go out.
I've had a lot. I've heard a lot of. I've heard you'll hear women tell you that a dad bod they're more attracted to because it speaks to a man who's settled. You hear that stuff all the time.
That's true.
Like the Diesel dude, he looks like he's still looking for women.
Or gay.
The dude.
Or he might be on steroids and you don't want to deal with roid rage.
However,
what's that like?
It's when you go crazy because you're
you
like
know what
juicing
roid rage
up.
is?
No, I'm saying.
Oh, what he was trying to act like his body's natural. That was like a backhanded compliment to himself.
No.
What's that? What are
That's
steroids?
Not what I was
I'm natural.
She reminds me of somebody that in third grade. It's good.
Third grade. Could she read in third grade?
I knew that was. I knew it. I knew
She's very smart. She's very smart.
What's she doing now? Maybe you guys should be together.
DMing me.
She give it a shot.
Yeah.
She can read and send them DMs.
Yeah.
She can spell too.
I love it.
Sounds like a match made in heaven.
I mean, the standards are pretty low now.
We had a topic. What are we doing right now?
You're
the host.
You did it.
You
I'm the
invited me
host.
to this barber shop.
You guys,
There's no introduction, no snacks, nothing. Buy my book, by the way. Thank you.
SOWMYA.
SOWMYA.
KRISHNAMURThy.
SOWMYA.
Beautiful.
SOWMYA K. SOWMYA. SOWMYA K.
Say the full name. I love it.
SOWMYA.
I love it. Now he's
SOWMYA.
Italian.
SOWMYA.
SOWMYA K, established and esteemed writer, journalist, hip hop head, one of the better journalists I know running around New York City.
Yeah, if you was robbing shit in the tunnel, you got a shot.
Published author now. Published author. And this book should be #1 fashion killer.
And I'm working on my second book, which is the Rockefeller book.
Oh, can't wait for that. Can't wait for that. Very insightful, very intelligent.
The label, of course.
One of my cooler homegirls in the business. Absolutely.
Well, it's funny. So I asked Mecca, I'm like, do you let girls come in here?
She doesn't watch this
So
show.
hopefully this will open up
opportunities.
My answer was we don't get as many as we should.
Where they can find your book at, though?
Everywhere. So Amazon, Barnes & Noble, library, we'll love anybody who can go to the library. But yeah, so it's out now, and it's the first comprehensive anthology on hip-hop fashion. So from 73 to 2023.
Okay.
So it's like Dapper Dan, Tommy Hilfiger, everything.
What was the topic again?
You're the host. You're literally the host of this show.
You guys cooked up the topic 5 minutes before the camera started. I want to talk about Kendrick and Drake.
I love talking about Kendrick and Drake.
We're talking about
your love life and someone from third grade that you're going to reunite with.
Or I already have.
Oh, do tell.
She is funny.
We
academics.
Interview people.
We
literally interview people.
We interview people in real life.
Like, it's literally our job. It's fabulous. Yeah.
She's making me blush.
Aww.
She's one of my favorite. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, one of my favorite.
Yeah, go ahead.
So we were talking about academics, correct? That's why we were talking about the women and the attraction and the money and
right.
That's why we want.
So just remind us what exactly we're talking about.
But no, MECC, you take this one.
Oh, sure. We were talking about academics and his accusations and what he's being sued over, and then we spun off into the idea that he still has women, although he's not the most aesthetically average looking guy.
Okay, so I gotta ask, being that he is successful and that is the attraction, all that, how much weight do we still put on these accusations?
It's hot for trapper turn smack rapper. Only smack rapper that you know is smack rapper.